Some trademark tea. Some trademark tea.
The Biz Lawyer sits down with Ranetta Gun-Stevens of the Sophisticated Press.
Some trademark tea.
Welcome to the Trademark Tea with the Biz Lawyer. How you guys doing today? Thank you guys for tuning in. First and foremost, in new developments in trademark land, I want to talk to you guys about this new law that the USPTO is going to implement as of August 3rd of 2019. So, here's the deal, right? If you are a foreign filer that is filing a trademark within the USPTO system, or you are a foreign registered trademark owner of a US-based trademark, you will now need a US-based attorney in order to serve as your attorney of record for your application and or your registration. This is very, very important. And it actually applies to Canadians. Usually, if you were in Canada, you can have a Canadian attorney file your application for you. That's not the case anymore. The USPTO is coming from a position where, in order to maintain the integrity of US-based laws as it relates to trademark owners and business owners, they feel as if the registrant or the applicant should be counseled and advised from an attorney that holds a license based out of one of the great states of the US of A. So, what this means for you is, if you have a trademark application or file, or you're planning to file a trademark application within the USPTO, or you have a trademark registration, but you do not currently reside within the US of A, you actually need to hire a US-based attorney. Now remember, this law takes effect as of August 3rd, so you want to reach out to a US-based attorney, one specifically who specializes in trademarks, okay? My father always told me you don't go to a foot doctor for brain surgery, so you definitely don't want to go to a DUI attorney for trademark advice, okay? So you definitely want to reach out to a US-based trademark attorney to figure out how you can have someone represent you who is licensed within the state, the US of A. Okay, so that is our new development within trademark land. Now, shifting over to trademark tips, I want to give my viewers some tips. Now, a lot of people ask me, when should I file for my trademark? First thing first, I will ask you a question. Will you build a house on land you don't own? I'll give you a couple of seconds to think about it. I'll ask you again. Will you build a house on land you don't own? If the answer is no, well, why would you be building a brand or a business if you don't own it? And so you have to kind of think about it from that perspective. So I would say you definitely don't want to build up this brand, build that house, and then someone can easily come and tear it down, or make you stop everything you're doing, or make you hand over all your material, all your products, because you have actually built this brand on maybe an infringing term, or maybe someone goes out and trademark the name before you have time to do it. So you want to trademark as soon as you feel like you are ready to invest time and money into this actual brand, okay? Now let me tell you what you can trademark, okay? There's 4 different types of trademarks. 1, you have a name or words. 2, you have a slogan or tagline. 3, you will have a design, mark, or logo. And 4, not a lot of people know about 4, but 4, you can actually protect the sound, okay? Now, a lot of people don't know, but there's only actually 56 trademarks registered with the US government under sounds. Now, I'll give you guys an example. A sound for a trademark can be like the NBC chime. So when you tune into NBC News and you hear that, that's a registered trademark. Tarzan, the yell he makes, that's a registered trademark, okay? But most ones that apply to typical entrepreneurs is the first 3 that I named. And I'll give you guys a great example. So Nike is a company, right? And Nike owns the trademark Nike, which is their name. but they also own the swoosh symbol, which is their logo, but then they also own the tagline, which is what? That's right. Just do it. So those are 3 different examples of things you can trademark. So as an entrepreneur, you want to think about different types of trademarks you have within your business. And like I said before, you don't want to start building and investing in a brand you don't own. So you want to make sure that you register that trademark first.
Some trademark tea. Hey. Some trademark tea. Hey.
The Biz Lawyer sits down with Ranetta Gun-Stevens of the Sophisticated Press.
Well, welcome to Trademark Tea, Ranetta. Thank you so much for joining us and being able to share your tea testimonial with our viewers. Can you tell us a little bit about what made you decide to get into self-publishing business?
Well, yes, that's a great question, and thank you so much for having me on the show, The Biz Lawyer. I am such a fan and grateful for what you do for the community of entrepreneurs. And so, what got me into self-publishing was I was actually turning 40 for my birthday.
Girl, you don't look a day over 40, but go ahead.
Thank you.
Like, don't crack.
And yes, it does not crack. And so I wanted to publish a book for my birthday. And once I began the publishing process, I realized that a lot of my entrepreneur friends, they wanted to publish a book, but they did not know how to publish a book. And when they did publish a book, they was exploited. And what I mean by exploited, they was charged thousands and thousands of dollars. And so I realized that my community needed help. And
Yes, that is so true. One of my professors told me in law school when I was finishing, what got me into representing my community is that you'll go a long way serving the underserved. And sometimes, as people from our community, they're underserved when it comes to legal resources and even publication services. So that's amazing to be able to give back and make impact within your community, within your business as an entrepreneur. So tell me, because I know you said there's a saying, and share what that saying is. For every entrepreneur, there's a...
Yes, for every entrepreneur, I believe that every book is a business and every business should have a book.
Yes.
And so if you have a business, that means that you are an expert, you have learned some skills and expertise that the public come to you for your product and service. And so we need you to share your expertise, share your product and service, and why not better do that with publishing a book? Because that's going to actually give you more exposure and make you more accessible.
And I love that you say every book can also be a business, because that's true. And in trademark law, you can't trademark a book title unless you have a series of books. So like Harry Potter, because it's a series of books, or the Babysitter's Club, you can trademark that. But what you can do is turn that book into a brand. And once you have turned it into a brand, now you have a trademark, because not only are you, you have a book, but you're doing speaking engagements with that book, or you're coaching behind the principles you have created in that book. So that is an amazing way to look at it. Like, from an entrepreneur standpoint, you have this book, but you can also create other business opportunities within it. Share with our viewers like some of the business opportunities you see that your authors use or create from their books.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Birdman said it before, like, put some respect on my name.
Yes.
And I tell everyone, if you want to put some respect on your name, publish a book.
Yeah.
Because it just adds credibility to the information that you're presenting to the public. And so most of my clients, they are entrepreneurs, and they haven't protected their business, first of all, and now they're getting into books. And once you publish a book, it becomes a bridge. It opens up so many opportunities for you. So now you can become a motivational speaker, you can do conferences. Even for myself, once I published my book, lo and behold, I became a publisher.
Right.
And now I have an online academy where I teach other writers how to publish their information. And so those are the type of opportunities that publishing a book will get for you and create for you. And so you must protect it through trademarks, or you're building this empire and it doesn't have a foundation.
Yes, exactly. And then too, it's a lot of work to write a book.
Yes, it is.
But that shouldn't stop you or prohibit you from writing a book. A lot of people say, I've been writing my book for 13 years now. So share with the viewers, like, how can they get it done? You know, like Nike say, just do it. But how do you just do it to the point where you're just getting it done as well? And that book is a final product and you're publishing it. Tell us, like, how do we get it done?
Yeah, definitely. So I know everyone heard of the concept writer's block, you know, and the first thing we try to do is inform them that, you know, sometimes writer's block is really just fear, or the writer trying to be a perfectionist. And so once you remove that fear and you don't, you know, try to be a perfectionist, the next thing to do is to make a decision that, hey, I'm not going to let another year go by without publishing my book. And then you must locate the right publisher for you, find out if you want to go traditional publishing or self-publishing. We try to encourage our clients to do self-publishing because of the ownership.
Yes,
and
ownership
you don't have,
is key, guys.
Yes, ownership is key. And so what I would tell people is, when you decide that you want to be a published author, you have to join writers' communities. So that way you're around individuals that have written a book, and that way you don't feel like a loner.
Yeah.
That'll help the process. And then this is something else that is very important. You have to invest. You know, when you put your money down, you don't want to waste your money, and you don't want to waste your time.
Right.
So I would say sometimes you just simply have to find a publisher, you know, pay the money that is due for it, and that makes you more committed. And then once you start your pre-orders, now you're obligated because your customers are beginning to purchase your book.
And they're waiting on that book to
That's
come.
right.
That's powerful. So you already have a deadline set, and your customers put that deadline on you because they pay and they put their money up.
Exactly.
So yes, and also too, I know for me, I want to write a book, right? But I'm busy. I'm a mother, I'm a wife, I'm a lawyer with all these clients. Is there some type of assistance for someone who is busy running their business where they can reach out to someone else to help them actually write the book and help them get along the process?
Yes, absolutely. Sophisticated Press, we actually offer ghostwriting. We actually have some books in the marketplace. Of course, we can't tell you the titles due to non-disclosures, but we see that all the time. You know, clients, they do have the expertise, they do have the knowledge, but they just are really busy being productive, and so they don't have the time. So we actually do offer the service of ghostwriting, and it's okay. That's nothing to feel bad about. And a little bit about the process of ghostwriting. We actually meet with the writer every week. We learn their tone, we learn their personality. So when their clients are reading their books, they don't feel like they don't know this person who book they're reading. You know, we master their tone, so that way the readers feel like this book was written by the expert that I wanted to hear from.
Yeah, I mean, and that's real, and it's, you know, it's good that you even mentioned that that's an option, because a lot of people don't know it's an option. And ghostwriting in the hip hop world is like the kryptonite. Nobody know they writing or ghostwriting their songs for them, but it's a way to still get that information out there, right? As a busy person who has all this knowledge, you know, maybe like in a service-based industry, you can only help so many people, you know, with the amount of time that we have in a day. But with books, you can actually get that information out, you know, across the world if you need to, because now you can duplicate and multiply those books. And so if there's someone who can help you to get that process along, I think that's amazing. I think that's amazing. So tell people, where can they find your business and where can they locate you at?
Absolutely, thank you. So we are Sophisticated Press.
I love that name.
.com. Thank you.
Thank you so much for stopping by Trademark Tea and sharing all this amazing knowledge with our viewers. I want you guys to go out and get your books published, get them done. And if you guys need some help, we have Miss Ranetta Gun right here from Sophisticated Press, and she can take care of that for you. And like you said, a book, what did you say? Say that one more time. That was good.
Absolutely. Every book is a business, and every business should have a book.
That is amazing. So if you got a business, Go get you a book. And if you ain't got no business, but you got a book, now it's time to make some business out of it. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Some trademarks.
Join us as we celebrate 500 trademarks with a red carpet black tie affair, our trademark soiree, Friday, August 30th at 7 p.m.
Some trademark tea. Some trademark tea.
Welcome to the Biz Lawyer's living room, where we are serving you the trademark tea. And this tea is piping hot, y'all. Say it with me, piping hot. Okay, this is some hot stuff. Okay, so everybody is in the blogs talking about how Cardi B trademark application for the, I'm not going to say it because I can't say it, but her OKURRRR trademark was denied. Well, let me tell you guys something. The trademark examiner said that the trademark is non-functional, and it's a word that's commonly used. Now, honestly, I think this trademark examiner was probably listening a lot to the media once the application was initially filed, because a lot of people was talking about how the Kardashians used this name. Another rapper, I think she was from the Bronx, talked about how like she was the first one to use it and things like that. But Cardi actually filed the trademark application to it because it's not about what people commonly say, but it's about what people have attached that term to or that slogan to use in connection to products or services. Now, Cardi has registered the trademark to protect apparel, so clothing, t-shirts, hats, shirts, jackets. Also, for printed creations, usually that's like planners or posters or notepads or something like that. But I want to let you all know, everybody in trademark land or blogging land, the real tea is it's not over yet for Cardi, okay? Anytime the trademark office issue an office action, which is what was issued in this case, the applicant and their attorney have 6 months to respond. And within those 6 months, they can prepare a brief which they provide legal research and legal support to show why they should have a registered trademark. And I'm going to tell you, we have won plenty of trademark applications that are now registered within this process. So I just want to let you all know in blog land or, gossip land that it's not over for Cardi B yet. So, it's an issue that came up with the application, but it doesn't mean it's final. Right now, it's just a battle. Like, my mom used to say, you might lose the little battle, but as long as you win a war, that matter. So right now, this is a battle for her. And as long as her lawyer shows up ready to fight and lay down those arguments to why this should be a trademark and Cardi should be the rightful owner of it, she might just have a trademark registration on her hands. So stay tuned to see what happens in the results for that.
Some trademarks.
Join us as we celebrate 500 trademarks with a red carpet black tie affair, our trademark soiree, Friday, August 30th at 7 p.m.
Some trademark tea. Some trademark tea.
So, before we close out the show, I want to give you guys some inspiration in the Biz Lawyer's living room. Now, as entrepreneurs, we all tend to have what's called imposter syndrome. But here's the thing. You never want to compare your journey to someone else's. Stop looking at what everybody else is doing around you and be true to who you are. Tell your own brand story. That's what helps set you apart from everybody else. Now, we can all do the same thing, and potentially competition may just be healthy for our business. Everybody's out here selling hair, or there's a lot of clothing boutiques out there. Heck, there's even a lot of trademark attorneys out here. But one thing that set me apart from everybody else is I have my own brand story. My own brand story speaks for itself, and it attracts the right type of clients to me. And that's what you want to do as an entrepreneur. You want to have your own brand story, whether it's a personal story or it's the story that your business or your brand tells, but you never want to be looking at what somebody else do, because what you will always have to do is wait for them to move in order for you to even produce. You don't want to be that type of person. You want to be the trendsetter in your industry, okay? So you want to make sure as an entrepreneur, you are setting the trends, not following the trends, okay? So be true to who you are and tell your own brand story. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you soon.